So, I was watching my little cousins and we were playing hide and seek in my house. They are pretty young and I don't know about a ghost or anything paranormal. So it was my younger sister, girl cousin, who was counting, so I decided to hide in the bathroom, which I am currently in right now, and hid inside the bathtub with my phone as a flashlight and the curtain closed. So she finished counting and about 1 minute later, I heard someone walk into my bathroom. It was me, my 2 cousins, and my older brother playing Home Alone, and whisper, "Look, she's in there." Then I heard a few more steps, and figuring it was my cousin, and I opened the curtain and yelled, trying to scare her. There was nothing there, no sign of her. I walked out of there checking every corner, and found her looking for my brother in his room. I asked her if she went in there, and she said no. Then she said she found the rest. Then when she found the rest, I asked if they even went into the bathroom. All of them said no. I was so confused, but I knew what it was since I watched scary movies all the time with my friend. I never took a shower in that bathroom for a long time. True story, not made up. So my friend, not going to say her name for private reasons, has the ability to see dark figures on the walls. Me and her have a secret code in public, and she sees one, she will snap her finger. I get a little scared but safe because she knows what happens. I just stand there staring at the spot where the shadow is though, even though I can't see it. I totally believe her because she would never lie to me, and she is my best friend for 11 years. The weird thing is she usually sees black ones, but in my house she sees white ones. I get a little freaked out about it, but I try my best to stay calm. And the worst part is, I have a tiny ability to feel a haunted place, even if no one tells me it is. I get a feeling someone is watching me. The more I talk about it, the more it happens. But it is all true and connects somehow, a way that I can't put into words. It's scary, but I hope I can get over it someday. This happened firsthand to a friend who I believe completely. My friend was 6 years old and he shared a basement room with his 10-year-old brother. The staircase was visible from their bunk beds across the room. One night, he was half asleep when he heard his brother get out of bed and climb the stairs to the main floor of the house. After a couple of minutes, he heard the water gurgling down the pipes from the flush toilet above and footsteps exiting the bathroom area. Suddenly, he heard the footsteps begin running down the hall to the stairway down and then silence. By this time, he has opened his eyes to look and a few seconds later sees his brother in the fetal position, slowly floating down from above 5 feet in the air softly to the ground. So being 6 and having a child's imagination, I didn't think anything strange and went to sleep. The brother never spoke of that night. Fast forward 20 years and both brothers are at a Halloween party, and my friend is in the kitchen listening to the others in the living room tell ghost stories. He hears his brother start telling a story from when he was a kid. One night, I went to the bathroom, and when I was going back to bed, I was confronted by some sort of entity that is hard to describe. It scared me so bad, I had started running to the room and tripped at the top of the stairs. The next thing I remember was waking up on the floor in my room in the basement. Whatever it was must have caught me in the air and placed me on the ground. When my friend heard this, he went to the living room and they began to talk about what they had seen and were blown away of what the other remembered that night. I don't know if this fits here as it's not scary or anything. I was around 8, me and my family were living in New Orleans. I was playing in the area outside my house and I noticed this older Haitian man who lived a few houses down was sitting under one of our apple trees. We were somewhat close that I would occasionally go play cards at his house since he lives alone and my parents thought he was lonely. The man was in a wheelchair and I sat down near him and talked to him. He gave me an apple, but it was incredibly sweet and unlike anything I had tasted before or since. We walked a bit and he told me that he will see me again and walked away. Later that day, we found out he had died the night before, and even later in life, I found out the man was some sort of voodoo priest from his granddaughter who I was friends with. She also claimed to see him from time to time. This story did not end here, as I saw the man a few more times. We would talk, and he would always give me an apple. I even continued to see him though we moved out of the country. Around 4 more times. He stopped showing up when I entered middle school. I chalked him up as my imaginary friend. I saw him again in the crowd at my high school graduation. I looked at him, and then he disappeared. As I was into voodoo at this point, it did not faze me that much, and I realized he may have been more than an imaginary friend. This time I saw him, and the most recent time was 2 years ago. I was in a really dark place. I was at a crappy job and my girlfriend had just left me. I was really depressed and was battling with alcohol, other illicit substance addictions. I was actually considering ending it all right as I was going to drink a bunch and probably jump off my balcony. I saw the man on the couch. He told me that he had missed seeing me, but knew that I had been busy. We played cards, go fish, our old game. He actually got me back down, and right before he left he said that if I gave him all of my coke, that he would leave me some apples. I agreed and he gave me a few, and then I passed out, but when I woke up, I still had the apples, but all of my coke was gone. He is the one of the main reasons I stopped doing stuff and I did not get that badly addicted to them, and he probably saved my life.